Hello and welcome to another episode of That's Trucking. Maybe wondering why I'm wearing this funny hat? Well, it's all going to become very clear to you in a few minutes. It's Christmas Eve, 2010. I'm over here in sunny, finally sunny Southern California after 6 or 7 straight days of rain. And I finally got a chance to break out my new toy and hook it up and get it running. Let's take a look at it. That there's a Miller Passport MIG welding gun. So, what might I need a welder on the road for? Well, need I remind you that first of all, I do pull a low boy. I have me some steel right here. We're going to start working on the interior of my truck, building a bed and some shelving in there. I also got to go along with the welder this Spoolmate 100, which is a gun for welding aluminum. There's the aluminum welding gun right here. Anyway, I'll be showing you more and more on that stuff as we go along, but for right now I'm going to do some practice welding for the first time with my welder. Stay tuned. Well, before we get started on some welding here, I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you about this welder that I have here. This here is a Miller Passport Plus. This is basically, if you look on Miller's website, it's a 211 and a 45-pound portable box. Now there's two things that make this uniquely different from a standard stay-at-home welder. And one, that's the plug. Now you can run this on 110 if you're carrying it around and you don't have a 220 power source that could plug in. But Miller has incorporated this MVP plug, which senses what kind of power that you have it plugged into, and you can then plug this into a 220 outlet and you've got a dedicated 220 machine for doing heavier welding. Now the other unique thing about this Miller Passport Plus is the fact that it has an internal shielding gas source. Basically it's using a 12-ounce paintball type bottle that can be filled with CO2. So when you're welding on the go, this little bottle here will give you 25 minutes or 25 feet of welding at rated duty cycle. You can also put in a 5-pound spool or 10-pound spool, and you also carry your regular gun as well. Now the other thing you could do is, as well as using the inside gas source, you can hook up to an external bottle to get bulk gas, such as this one here. It's running a 75-25 mixture of argon and CO2, or straight argon if you're going to weld aluminum with the spool gun. And by hooking up a regulator and a hose to this little port right here, you can do that. Simply hook up an external bottle source with your gauges, your hose, and plug it in right here to the back of the passport. And then on the inside, you have a switch to switch from internal to external gas. And that's all there is to it. It's a snap. You still have all the standard controls on your Miller Passport with the wire speed, or the temperature range and the wire speed. And also you can select between mild steel, stainless steel, and aluminum if you've got the spool gun. Also unique to the Passport is this handy dandy little bag that you have on the side, so you can go ahead and put all your torch tips and welding supplies and nice little Velcro baggie to make it easy for transport. Now obviously you don't want to carry a huge heavy welding set on your truck, and most of you don't even have a welder at all, if not any of you. But if you are going to put something like that on the truck, the Miller Passport Plus is the way to go. Weighing in at 45 pounds, plus your external gas if you buy any, and also the wire, that's a pretty light compromise to take with you should you need to make any repairs on the road. Alright, let's see how it welds. Now whenever you're using a welder, of course you want to wear the proper gear. Like a good helmet, some leathers to protect your arm because you can get severely sunburned from it, and also some protective gloves. Now to demonstrate, I'm going to start out with a couple tacks on this metal to hold it together, and then we'll go ahead and throw a bead. Alright, so as you can see, 4 tacks strategically placed to hold the metal solid together. Just to demonstrate the bead that we've thrown. Of course, this is the first time I've used this welder, so obviously some adjustments are in order. But I'd say running on internal gas, this thing's doing pretty good. Ouch! That could have been my hand. Much better. Next episode, we'll be using a spool gun to try and weld some aluminum. Until next time, Merry Christmas, everybody.